In this video, we're going to discuss properties of exponents. We're also going to have to use our order of operations here in these problems to simplify. So if we have parentheses, we have to solve them first. There may be implied parentheses in some of these problems where we have fractions where we have to simplify the numerator and the denominator first before we can do the division. Then we're going to have our exponents, then our multiplication and division, and our addition and subtraction. Some of our rules of exponents that we're going to be using here is that anything to the 0 power is equal to 1 as long as that base is not 0. Anything to the first power is itself. When I take x to the a times x to the b, then that's going to equal x to the a plus b. When I have x to the a divided by x to the b, I have x to the a minus b. So we say when we multiply like bases, we add the exponents. When we divide like bases, we subtract the exponents. And when I raise a power to a power, x to the a in parentheses raised to the b, we're going to multiply those exponents, x to the ab power. So let's go ahead and let's work on these problems here. That negative out front is multiplication, so I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to take care of my exponents first. 2 to the third power means 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, times another 2 is 8. And x to the fourth just gets written down. I can't do anything with it. That's it. That's simplified. Now we have 3 to the 0 is 1. X squared gets left alone. Y to the 0 is 1. And 1 times 1 is 1 times x squared is x squared. For number 3 here, we're going to look at the number parts first. That 5 times 2 is 10. We're going to have x to the 4 plus 1, because there's an invisible 1 there, is going to be 10x to the 5th. Let's go ahead now and look at number 4. 4 times 3 is 12. We have x to the 1 plus 2, and y to the 4 plus 0. I'll just write that down there, even though that was a 1. It's going to be 12x to the 3rd, y to the 4th. Now we have 4 times 5 is 20. X to the 5 plus 1. Y to the 1 plus 1. Z to the 3 plus 1 is 20. X to the 6th. Y to the 2nd. Z to the 4th. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. X to the 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 18x to the 6th. Now we have that power to a power situation that I was talking about before. So this is 3 to the 1 times 4 is 4. X to the 2 times 4. 3 to the 4th is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 81. And x to the 2 times 4 is 8. Oh, we missed some spacing here between problems 8 and 9, so that didn't give me much space to work out here, but we know that number 9 over here anything to the 0 power is just going to be 1. So let's look at number 8 here. See if we can work that one out. This is going to be 2 to the third, x to the third, y to the 4 times 3 is going to be an 8, x to the third, y to the 12th. All right, now we're going to do some division here. 8 goes into 16 2 times. And we have x to the 5 minus 1, y to the 3 minus 3 is going to be 2x to the 4th, y to the 0. Well, that y to the 0 is just a 1. I'm going to put a 1 in its place. It's going to be 2x to the 4th. Now we have 2 goes into 14 7 times. A divided by a is 1. And y divided by y is 1. Let's look at the pieces that are left. B to the 2 minus 1. X to the 3 minus 1 is b to the first x squared. Let's take out this x to the 0. That's a 1. We see a common factor of 9 that goes into both 18 and 27. 9 goes into 18 2 times and into 27 3 times. So we have 2 thirds, and I have an x to the 10th in the top. And I have a y to the 5 minus 1 in the bottom because I want to keep the location where the bigger exponent was, bring the other one across the fraction bar and make it negative. So in this case, I'm going to be removing one of the y's from the 5 that are in the bottom to cancel with that 1 in the top to make a 1, and there are going to be 4 left over in the denominator. Here's a common factor of 2 that goes into both 6 and 10. And that leaves us with 3x to the 4 minus 2, y to the 8 minus 5 over 5 is 3x squared y cubed over 5. Our greatest common factor between 12 and 18 is 6. And end up with 2x to the 15th minus 1, y to the 5th minus 1, and that z just sits there because it doesn't have anything in the denominator to combine with it using properties of exponents. This is 2x to the 14th, y to the 4th, z over 3. Three divided by 3 is 1. Y to the third divided by y to the third is 1. This is x to the 2 minus 1 is just x. X to the 0 is a 1. 2 goes into 8 4 times. And we're going to have x to the third, y to the 7 minus 2, x to the third, y to the 5th. I believe that that is all of them. Yes, that's all of them for properties of exponents. So, all right, see you for the next video.